Hello everybody and welcome to another full Nova Zero Dishonored video with no kills and no detection. We're on the third mission now in the game. This is part 3. I really like to consider it the second real mission, since the first introduction mission isn't really that much to do, but you know, for all intents and purposes this is going to be part 3. I honestly think I've gotten quite a bit of experience in this now, since this is going to be probably like the third or fourth time I've tried recording. Not necessarily this because, you know, I'm failing at it, but because I've been trying to get these videos to upload correctly, and because we keep running into a lot of technical difficulties with frame rates and stuff, I've decided to switch back to Fraps. I really love XSplit, but it is very glossy in the video quality that it does, so way better in my opinion to trust with a lossless video encoder such as Fraps if you want to get the job done right. So that's what we're doing now. You might see a tremendous improvement in the quality of the video compared to the last movie. So right off the bat, I am trying to just kind of dispose of a few obstacles. We're not going to be wanting to get... We're not going to want to get detected whatsoever, so it's always good to just peek around corners and make sure that nobody's detecting you at all. Use that dark vision as much as possible. I think that's always a really good idea. Now, in this part, you will be tempted... Now, I can actually walk around like normal. That's perfectly fine right here. But not for very long. I would actually holster the weapon here just because it's a little dangerous. But right after we get done with this part, it is pretty much 24/7 stealthing. So we are definitely going to be stealthing a lot on this mission. I'm pretty well versed in this entire mission now. I do know how to non-lethally neutralize the targets that we have to do, and the first step is to go through this this optional mission that you've been given. You know, as a rule of thumb, though, I would say anytime you're given an optional mission, at least try it out and see what happens. There's been a few that have actually been lethal in nature, so you know the objective seems okay at first, and then you find out you need to kill somebody, and then it's like, well, that's not really what I'm trying to do on this particular objective. So, and I can't remember how to get up here. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. Looks like it's up here. But that's not the case in this one. So this one we will be trying to defraud a couple of the major characters that we had to otherwise assassinate. And so, I'm skipping all these dialogues, which I think is silly. It just keeps giving you more and more dialogues to skip. But in any case, I thought this was something I could read. In any case, it's always good to check out whatever the optional missions are, just so you get a lay of the land, I would say. If you're really trying to get through, you know, maybe if you're just watching this to get a sense of the game, I guess. This is probably one of the best missions where you actually get to get a sense of like what you're gonna do in the game. And get used to this place too. We're gonna be coming back here a couple times. There's a couple of things here. Let me just show you guys at least one thing here. Let me through. Okay, come on. There we go. I do have a special. Maybe I don't yet. Thought I had a special power. Oh, I have 5 runes. Okay, so this is probably the good time to purchase the Bend Time power. I probably did it on a previous playthrough and forgot about it, but it is really cheap to begin with. 2 runes. Definitely grab that right off the bat, and then I think we have enough to also grab Vitality, so we'll be grabbing that as well. And then it looks like I can also upgrade Dark Vision, which we will also want to do for later on. The Blink upgrade is also quite worth it, but I kind of wanted to expand what we could do here. I do know the Blink upgrade is going to be very useful later, but with the upgrades I did, I can basically show you a couple of things already. So what we're going to want to do is crank this wheel here. There's a little, this is just to give you an idea of the I'm holding it down, by the way, with the X button, but I'm just going to give you an idea of that slow time power. So go straight into your menu here, and then click on bend time, and then we can bend time, and then slip right under here. Get all the goodies that are inside. Probably not a lot of stuff, to be honest. There's a blueprint here for a pistol. Still haven't looked into that. I think I've got it on one of my previous playthroughs and never actually purchased it. I definitely want to grab all these things that are worth a bunch of copper. Open up all the cases. Oops. Got grenades. Processed whale oil, all this good stuff. Okay. Now let's get up here. It's the easy way to get out of here. Okay. And let's holster that. So now we're going to be getting out of here. But basically the bend time, so we have the bend time power here, and this really helps us to sneak past guards and sneak past events when the time calls for it. And trust me, it definitely will. Right from right here, even before you enter back out into the street, I would say just already get into that crouch position.
Got anything to smoke or eat?
Now, if you don't crouch and sneak your way through this area, you're going to get ambushed by a bunch of guys. So what you'll want to do is blink around here and just generally try and sneak around as much as you can. Now you'll notice, probably right in here, that there's a guy waiting for you. He's one of those secret guys you met maybe early on in the game. But if you're smart about it, you can... I think there's 3 of them here. If you're smart about it, you can basically track them all down, one by one, take them out. You don't have to worry about assassinating them, or killing them or anything, because... or them killing, like, some of the neighboring guys or anything, because you take them down before anybody else does. I think I might have mentioned this before, but you always want to make sure you read some of those... There's another one up there. You always want to read those notes and everything because they're very important. So this is the first thing we're going to do, is just take out all these guys. It's pretty easy to slip around them for the most part, but you just want to make sure that you're always incognito. That's the 3rd one over there. Pretty easy to take them out as long as you're paying attention to where they are. I would say it's a good habit to always just grab people as soon as you strangle them, so as not to get not to have to worry about where their body is. And as it turns out, if you're doing a non-lethal part of the game or playthrough of the game, you have to worry about bodies quite a bit. You can't make them disappear like you can by taking them out stealthily, you know, killing them stealthily, that is. You have to literally make them put their bodies away so that they can wake up later. Now right now I'm just waiting on this guy, waiting. He will move, but sometimes it just takes a moment. So I'm going to sip my apple cider. Alright, that's our cue. What I like to do is just blink up to people and then take them out as quick as possible. Works out pretty well for the most part. Again, I'm just in the habit of doing this. Honestly, we can just leave him up here. He's not going to make a mess or anything. Alright, now we can get on our merry way. Yeah, at this point, I think the idea of crawling around here is probably unnecessary, but I'm kind of used to doing it just as a force of habit. I can't believe the first time I played through this, I snuck by these guys, didn't even notice them, totally forgot they were around here, and was able to come back and then realize that there was 3 guys just waiting to ambush me, and then of course that's when I figured out that we needed to do that before we can really get on with the rest of the game here. When possible, I think it's good to just try and climb manually with the A button. If you hold down that A button and you're looking up at a ledge, there's a really good chance that you can climb up it without having to use blink at all, which saves you a little bit of energy for when you might need it a little bit more. this guy, he doesn't really look away, so he's kind of easy to take out. Strangle him just to... And then this one you definitely want to carry just to make sure his body doesn't, like, fall down. If he fell down the courtyard, we'd be screwed. Alright. There's no way to, like, look inside that door, so it's better to just get inside. Now, there's a lot of times I haven't figured out where this safe is, so I'm not going to try and get it, but that safe can be a nice little thing to grab. Now, you're hearing a rune, and that's because there should be one right above me, right there. I don't think there's any others in this area, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would try and get them. Because I do like getting runes and money. Not matter. It amazes me every time I get through these levels and I see just how much money I didn't get. It amazes me every time. Alright, now, can't see what's going on. I can probably save some energy just by peeking in the keyhole. Yeah, we're gonna have to watch out for these guys. I do believe we have to come back up here eventually. Well, maybe not. But our mission objective is one floor above. So if I can, I should be able to just blink around and avoid these guys entirely and not even have to worry about disturbing them. But the two that are over here...
What do you think? I think he's dead, right? I know that.
Oops. We don't want to get in their view. These two, though, we do need to worry about. Because there's a few objectives and things that we need to get around here. How do I get this? There we go. Close that door here, because that guy, one of these guys will be moving around and looking around for you. Not necessarily for you, I guess, but they'll be looking around, so just watch out. And again, you can probably hear that rune, and we'll get it in a minute. Just wait a moment.
Not after what happened last night?
Chances are very good.
These two are still talking. Well, maybe not. Just trading a casual conversation. Now, I have to admit that the peephole is, the keyhole is okay in some regards for getting an idea of like what's going on, but it's way better sometimes to just switch into this vision and take them out. Sorry, I was a little quiet there, but I was just anticipating this guy turning around at any moment. Now, we probably... I feel like anytime that there's a... get out of this mode. Anytime there is a duo of guys, just literally anytime that, like there's two guys walking around a lot, I feel like it's better to take both of them out, just because there's a really high chance of them discovering one another if you just start to leave, leave one of them behind. So the first thing I'm going to do, rather than, here he is right there, you can just barely see him across the room. Rather than risk having this guy discover the other body, what I want to do is go and take him out as well. And this is why I took out this, or I closed this door earlier, so I can just wait him out, wait until he gets into a position for me to just walk up behind him and strangle him.
Someone's supposed to be on duty over here.
He also happens to have a key on him that I'll need to make my escape. You can pretty much just leave him right here. Perfect. Let me adjust my legs here. It's probably not good to play Indian style. Not good in the long run, at least. We want to pick up the message here for the actual objective. Other than that, though, you don't need this corpse or anything. And then, of course, as I promised, we're going to get this rune. So open up that fake book. come back here, find that rune right there. There's a couple other things in here. Let me just check it out real quick. Okay, that looks good. Sometimes good to read some notes. Just look around, double check. Okay, looks like we're good. I don't remember how to close this thing. Is there a way to close it? I guess you hit this switch right here. Technically makes a nice little body room. There's not really a lot of people to hide from. I should mention again, by the way, we are on normal difficulty, so that tends to make this a little more forgiving in the long run. It's a lot easier to peek around corners, for instance. Don't really have to worry about people spotting you from far distances for the most part. Like these guys down here probably aren't going to spot me at all. That's totally fine. Don't need to worry about that. But something I should note though is we probably want to make sure that we can clear a pathway to get back eventually. So, since we're going to have to basically get in from that area right there and get back here. So we want to make sure there's a way to do that, and we'll probably be... I've struggled with that in the past couple times I've done this. Just because there's a lot of different ways to go through, but they all have tons and tons of guards watching over them.
Look out for the watch. They got no respect
Oh,
for
whoops.
laws. Witchcraft.
I generally think the
Hey, wait a minute.
that part of the mission, the one where you have to just basically grab his recording, that's pretty... I feel like that's pretty easy compared to the rest of this. Once we get into the next part of this level, it'll open up just a little bit more. So make sure you talk to Slackjaw if you're trying to do this non-lethally.
Information from my missing guy. Let's have a listen.
You'll have to listen to this.
Slackjaw, it's me, Crowley. I'm making this in case I don't make it back.
But this is, this is really what I like about this whole idea of non-lethally neutralizing characters in this game, is because rather than finding ways to kill them outright, you're finding ways to just like ruin their lives enough, but it's like, well, they can still turn themselves around later on in a sort of a story sense.
Dead.
I'm gonna skip through this.
The cat's having.
You always want to make sure you grab all the missions you can. Since a lot of them are optional anyway, it means that you can get through a lot of this stuff pretty easily. I have not figured out how to get this distillery reserve key. If anybody knows where that is, I would love to know. Just please leave a comment on that if you can, because I would love to know where that is. I've looked high and low for that thing, and I have still not found it. I apologize for that, but that's totally fine. You can see where, even if you're using sleep darts, and I tend to find that they're pretty quiet. If somebody's right next to another guy who's getting a sleep dart, he's probably gonna hear it. So just keep that in mind. Let's get a pouch. I guess I can't carry any more ammo. It's because I never use a gun.
Dunwall citizen. This district is now under a mandatory whale oil.
Alright, well this is a little different now. Generally speaking, you can also strangle these guys. Okay, I should be able to take them out now. Are you kidding me? Everybody spotted me? Alright, let's try that again. Alright, well now we'll try and take it through this. We'll try and take it through this alternate passageway here, but I do need to strangle out and take care of all the rat plague people that are over here. And you'll see that in a moment.
Attention, citizens. This district now under a mandatory
Now, if you're really attentive, you should be able to pick up on at least a few of these guys. Ooh. But they can also easily spot you, unfortunately, since there's so many of them. I suppose we could also just get around them. It's just not as much fun. I do like to strangle these guys and then just take them out one by one. But it's necessary because you're going to be going through this area later. Get that sleep dart out and just get it ready. But try and use discretion here, because using a sleep dart on any of these guys is basically going to alert the rest of them. Unfortunately. We do a quick save right here. It's always a good idea just when you're a little unsure. Oops. See, these guys have already detected me. And that's not what I want, so let's try and do that one more time. I had quite so much difficulty with this in the past. This one's a little difficult to get past. And we need to make sure we're not getting detected by anybody, so that's what makes it hard sometimes. Nope, 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 can't get close to them either. One more. I know I've been able to do this in the past, so let's just see what I can do. They're all a little too close together to each other to actually dart them. Just wait for the right opportunity on these guys. Get a little higher up so they don't notice me. Sure myself on this one. Oh, he turned back. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I could assassinate them, but that would be a little against what I'm trying to do here. Alright, we'll do a quick save and try and strangle these guys out one by one. That's not what I wanted. This last guy we can definitely just... Oh, and he noticed us. You bastard. One more try. And again, this is really where it's good. It's key to quick save so you can try and get through it as quickly as possible. The thing you have to worry about with this guy right here is he actually moves around quite a bit. Okay, now there shouldn't be anybody else. I'm just going to take this guy out real quick. Perfect. Sorry for how long that took. We'll need that later on when we try and escape in this this alleyway.
You filthy mudlark. Let a tramp like you get elixir.
We've been on half rations for a week. I ain't catching. Play, hand it over.
No,
No, please, it's for my baby.
He needs it.
It's us that need it.
I'm gonna unfortunately have to
How are we gonna protect
Protect me.
get outside of this altercation here because I don't really know a way. I've tried to picture some ways to do this, but I haven't really come up with a good way to get around that yet. I'm afraid.
Attention, citizens of Dunwall. The Lord Regent has ordered strict
I guess
whale
what he
oil
does.
rationing in this area. Failure to comply will result in immediate arrest.
The only thing I need to worry about right here is a couple of guards that tend to watch over this area, but we can easily get around that simply by blinking around. This guy in particular I'm watching out for right now. But once he's gone, we should be able to blink right over to this Captain's Chair Hotel. Oh, he's still there. And we're in. Always make sure to close those doors behind you. If you remember the last level, that was very important there. There's a couple of runes here, I believe. I need these. Definitely don't need that. Or bone charms, I'm sorry. Not runes, but bone charms. We can equip that now on the bone charms menu. If you've already played this game, you're probably well aware of all this stuff. What tends to happen right here is rats will attack you, and I don't really know a better way to get through this than to just slice them up a little bit. Doesn't count against your chaos score or anything, so you don't really need to worry about that. I don't even really know why I'm sneaking through this area, maybe just to force a habit, because there's literally nobody here. Now, as the game will kindly hint, there's going to be a lot of different options for how to play your way through this. So I'm just gonna cut right in and say that this is definitely not the definitive way to get through this part, but it's one of the ways that I know, and I'm hoping it works at least somewhat effectively. I'm just trying to save some of my mana, so I don't really need to blink around too much. But we will right here. We can pretty much slink across this balcony right here. Blink right up here. We're trying to get to this window up on the top here. Now we're in. Now, something that I remember right away is that there is another person that will walk up this area, so we need to pay attention to that, but other than that, we can get Elizabeth right here. I'll skip through that part, actually. So she's walked down to the bottom floor, and now is when I want to definitely activate my dark vision again. I think there's a rune right here. Sure enough. Pay attention to some of this stuff. There's a lot of money around here. I get a little caught up with the playthrough, trying to get through it fast, and
undress, I undress.
totally forget that we can get a lot of this stuff around here. Oh, here's our girl. I just happen to know that she'll kind of walk up here. I can even be a little sneaky and just get right behind this door here. Just wait for her to get in. Helps to play this game more than once, and I think I've mentioned on my other videos.
I have to keep this
hopefully it's one I've
position.
kept.
He says to bring a
But you need to make sure that you play through the game in a way that really is more of your playstyle. And this sort of playstyle where you're non-lethally getting through things, this is way more for playthrough 2 kind of thing. And this is, I mean, essentially that's what I'm on playthrough 2 or 3 at this point. I guess you can look at it a couple ways, but that's why I'm doing it on this one, though, is that I know a little bit about the game. I'm a little familiar with the controls. I can easily actually get through a lot of things. I'm trying to remember what this room was. Definitely need the master key to get through here. And I know where a lot of things are, too, so I can easily get through them. Now there is a master key around here somewhere. But I need to locate the caretaker to find it. Oops, that's definitely not it. Typically she's just right around here, so this is kind of bizarre. Oh, I think she's having a conversation.
John Morgan's on the first floor. We can get the men in position.
The ivory room. All I can tell you is it's very heavily found.
Alright, well I know she's going to be coming back through this area in a moment. Never very good to hang out by a door like that. But they'll usually finish up their conversation sooner or later. And you'll be able to get on your way. Okay, we're good now. Again, this just kind of comes from knowing a little bit about what happens in the game, so I can easily take her down. And this coincidentally becomes a nice little room if I need to store some bodies. So it's nice and secure. But I'm going to take a quick detour back up here, because now I can unlock this room. There's a couple little goodies in here. The bone charm, for instance, that's always nice to get. There's a chest with a couple of valuables. Don't suppose there's a... Don't suppose there's a painting around here. Huh. Like this, perhaps? No? Usually it's pretty easy to tell when there's a painting you can get. I guess that was not one of them. I'm gonna take this guy out real quick. Without anybody seeing us. And again, it's not really just because I want to strangle everybody in the game. I would actually rather get through more of this without taking people down, but they tend to be like loose threads that you have to deal with, and I don't really like dealing with these loose threads. So, in my experience, it's better to just...
That nice girl again. The one I told you
I'm gonna
about.
quick save again.
Realize you're at the Golden, right?
Yeah, but she's
My experience is much
really
better
likes
to tie up those loose ends and then make sure you can get back through like these areas later on in the game.
Shut up.
On this level in particular, you're gonna need to do that. Oh shoot! Yeah. Let's quickly load that part again. That's exactly why I quick saved there, because I knew I was gonna screw that up somehow.
Realize you're at the Golden.
These two don't talk for very long,
She's different. She really likes me.
but you always need to make sure that you trigger the conversation to begin with.
You're just jealous. Shut up.
Waiting behind the door usually works, and then I can just come right in and strangle him right after. And now that body room makes a lot more sense. All three of these people are going to wake up and wonder what the heck happened. Like that we had that bottle right in the middle there. That'll give them some ideas. Alright, let's just, I seem to remember there wasn't too much of a threat from these two, but I just wanted to check it out real quick. Yeah, it looks like we're fine. There is a rune up here. We'll definitely want to grab. Now is when it gets a little trickier, so I'm going to quick save right there. Our optional mission is right to the left, and we're not going to have to do any of the other missions around here. So it's really just a matter of paying attention to your surroundings. The best way to do that is with dark vision.
The Pendletons are here. You're supposed to be.
And also
You're supposed
this
to be
nifty
Uncle.
new trick called bend time. Now when you use bend time, you pretty much move so fast that nobody can even notice that you're around.
I can't believe this. You said.
So what you can do is easily get into rooms without anybody even noticing. Let's take off dark vision for a moment.
Finally, I've been like this for 20 minutes. Your footsteps
So we can get to this
sound a
part
little
here.
loud.
Now let me remind you
That's good. I deserve that.
that this is actually
Shall I tell
the
you why? The Pendletons are here, right?
this is
So
actually the
then,
non-lethal
I've cheated them.
style of
Thousands.
finishing out the level. It's a little bit creepy. Definitely can see where they're going with this.
Oh, you're ruthless. Don't hold back.
This guy obviously
I'll tell
likes to
you
get
everything.
electrocuted for some weird
Pendleton's
reason.
inheritance was worth
But
hundreds of thousands.
you'll just want to keep electrocuting him over and over and over again. You know, he's got a fetish for it, but it gets to the point where he can't really take it anymore.
Retribution! Retribution! That was perfect.
Yells his
But
safe
it's all I
word.
can take for tonight. For all my servants, we're done.
Let's just keep going.
Done, I said. Retribution! Now let me out!
And just keep doing it until the
Who is
animation
this?
actually
What do you
activates.
want?
So what we need to get is the combination of his safe.
The safe, yes, of course. The combination is 879. Take anything you find.
879.
I think I felt my heart skip.
And now we're done with this part. So we've got a little more clues, and of course we got another. We've got the combo to his safe, but in all reality, we don't even need to go to his safe. We just need to return to Slackjaw with the safe combination. So we're pretty much done here at this point, except for one loose end, and that would be Emily. Now, I haven't really surveyed the area, so we should probably do that first. And I think it's going to be best to just slink out of here the way we came. So let's bend time again. Just try and move as quickly as possible. Hope nobody notices us. There we go. We're out of here. This dark vision's kind of annoying. We need to find Emily at this point, and she is in a safe place way down here. If you're wondering why we had to grab that key earlier, or strangle that one woman earlier, one, it did provide a nice little cover for, provided a very nice cover actually for hiding all those bodies, but the second reason is because we needed the key to get to actually get out of here. So now we've
The door is locked. Unlock it so we can get away from this place. This place is on the river, so you must have come by boat. I'll wait for you near the boat. I remember the way. Don't worry about me.
No, they do this so that you can let her out, make sure that she's safe, and actually like get out of here. But in all reality, you don't really need to worry about anything anymore. So, and she'll be long gone at this point.
Come on. Come to
Don't worry about this crazy old lady.
Sweet little
But do
bird.
make sure that you grab the bone charm right here, as well as a couple other goodies. A hemlock, one of these guys, copper wire. I don't think you need this book, but never hurts to check. Never hurts to read. That's my motto. Alright, and we should have taken care of all the guys around here too. So now it makes for a really easy escape. Again, I'm kind of just stuck towards trying to sneak around, so it's kind of a old habits die hard type of thing, but you know, it works. Sure, I could walk around here, but don't really want to risk some stupid guard popping his head around the corner for no particular reason.
Hungry?
At this point, we're almost done. Run over to Slackjaw over here, and he will know exactly what to do. And again, I still haven't figured out where that stupid key is. So your guess is really as good as mine is.
You brought me the numbers.
And of course, now we have our targets neutralized. We have 2 of them neutralized, actually. But that is the non-lethal way to take them down, is through the optional missions for this. And I feel like you're going to see kind of a trend on that. Like, that's going to be pretty common, is that most of these missions do actually have a non-lethal option, and it's usually whatever the optional mission is. So now at this point we just need to get out of here. This is when you definitely want to make sure you're sneaking again, because we're going to be getting through a couple of guards up ahead. Probably don't need to take them down, as we don't really have any loose ends to tie up anymore. But you really just want to make sure you're taking it real easy. Definitely watch out for this thing right here, which can easily spot you.
Now in effect. Non-compliance is a punishable offense.
There we go. The nice thing about not raising chaos is that there's a really good chance that there's not going to be any sort of guards down here, because nobody actually knows that there's any alarms being set. And I think the real key to that is not raising any awareness that you're there and assassinating people, which we're not actually doing. We're not assassinating anybody, we're not killing anybody. And that's that.
Are you both ready to go? Corvo, you must have worked wonders out there in the city tonight. I can't believe my old eyes.
I always like this guy. He's a good guy. Alright, well that's it for that. As you can see, 0 killed on anybody, 0 alarms rung, 0 dead or unconscious bodies found, low overall chaos, didn't kill anybody, never detected. Always a good way to end it. Stick around, guys. I will be doing some more. I will doing some more missions. I really am going to get through the entire game like this, and I hope you guys can enjoy all of them. Please visit us at fullofzero.com for more of the breakdown on all the videos, and please check us out on Twitch TV. I'm more or less trying to get on it every night at 8 o'clock, so please check us out on there. You guys all have a good one.